Good evening, everyone, and welcome. I have returned, and I just had like an intro song that's 30 seconds of nothing. Like, basically, I hate songs that are so quiet in the beginning that you can't freaking hear them. So cooked. Song isn't bad, but that's absolutely cooked. Alright, let's go. Go. Did I already start Minecraft? I thought I did. I apparently have not. Alright. It's a bit something new for me, this and the previous stream. I have changed my layout slightly. Because I edited something. Well, no, not really. I looted, or well, no, I didn't loot. They threw away a functioning Samsung monitor. That was actually pretty decent. It's 24-inch Full HD, 60 Hz, up to 75 Hz, but apparently that is not achievable via HDMI for some reason. Maybe too old of an HDMI standard, who knows. In any case, it is now currently running my chat because I've set it up to be vertical. Actually, I can show this, I believe. There, I can basically show how the setup looks by going to main 2. As you can see, or not see, if I make this slightly larger, but put it somewhere where it's visible. Basically, this is how my screens are set up. This is the one I play the games on. This is where I have OBS on, which is technically the best of the 3 monitors. At least for fast-paced and FPS stuff. Which is also why I sometimes position my laptop slightly more in front of me, because currently it's sitting at a 90-degree angle, like next to me. Like it's starting where my hand is here, and it's ending out of frame, and it's like right next to my mouse pad, which is like 5 centimeters from here. Then we have this one, obviously 4K, because the videos mainly. Still 144 Hz, pretty good. And this one is my Full HD 60 Hz currently. Oh, and the small one is where I run Spotify. Basically, we have OBS, Spotify, then the main attraction, and currently this is chat. I can also use this for a variety of other things, but I've not yet really put anything else on it than ChatGPT. No, not ChatGPT, what I'm talking about. The chat of the I accidentally called my chat ChatGPT. That is crazy. And it is also honestly not very nice towards chat, and not ChatGPT, I mean my chat, because ChatGPT is pretty stupid. At least since I've learned about other AIs, it's gotten pretty stupid, to be honest. Except for something that I'm building, which is more stupid. Alright, this is new. Can't connect the server. That is very much new. That it really is new. That is, I have not had that. I also installed TeamViewer on my server PC now. Yeah, no, it's not liking something here. Now I honestly don't really get what it's doing. Or should I not be able to just connect? Apparently not. I was waiting for register response. This is such a stupid error message. Apparently one of the only ways to fix it is by completely closing this thing. Why is it not working?
Mit den McDeals-Menüs gibt's etwas für jedes Du. Fürs Mach alle Kollegen eifersüchtig Du. Und fürs Lunch unter 10 Franken Du. Und zwar für nur 9.
Oh my god, why is it doing this? Hate this, I really hate this. Right, so now it's saying session expired, which is good. Good ending, or well, it's not the ending yet. Why are we doing this? I've never told you to switch on anything. Oh, now it's not doing it anymore. I hate this. Right. Now it should technically work again. Oh, you're not telling me it's dead ass glitched again. Oh my god. You do not know how much this is triggering me. This really is. Also, is this visible on stream that I have? Oh yeah, it is, kind of slightly. Mousepad is a tiny bit brighter. I also looted, well not looted, I also threw that away. 2 meters 40 approximately of RGB LED light strip, which has now been positioned around my table, making it look quite freaking cool, because I've basically added backlight to my table now, because I don't have one of these fancy RGB strips like I do in my DIY nano leaves, which I call giga leaves, which there's, by the way, a video on my second channel on how you can build these approximately, or how I built them. Also, yes, I should edit my second channel videos, which I can sadly not do once I'm gone for a week, but I will be doing something, and I will be in fact putting all that I can onto my small laptop right in front of me, basically the throne of Joe. And I'm going to be working in the evenings when we're in the hotel room. I'm going to be working on things that I can work on, aka I will probably be playing Minecraft half of the time. It kind of depends on how well it runs, because that thing is running on Intel UHD graphics with like an i3 or so. No, it's not an i something, it's actually It's an ARM processor. So it's even worse. It's even worse. And wait, is my... Oh, this is probably... This doesn't exist. Doesn't exist. But here it should... Yeah, it should still be blue. Let's go. Now we need to go this to manual mode and... Right. So here's the thing. This is the map that I made last time, which approximately shows how currently everything looks. What was I talking about? Yes, so I am still thinking about the rails and stuff, but it seems like a pretty good idea to do what I had been talking about last time, I believe. But there's something I will be today, because Avelina built the XP farm. She finished the XP farm. Day 273, blokes. Right, so where am I going to be going now? I am going to take... we're just gonna put this there. They're gonna take some books. Gonna take all the lapis. And obviously all the things I have to enchant. And I'm also gonna take my anvil, my personal anvil. And this is enough for one extra anvil. The bow, the bow doesn't really have much of any durability anymore. Just gonna craft a new bow. Yep, new bow. The rest should all be fine. I don't think there really is anything other than that. Well, technically I could do a spear, but to be very freaking honest, I don't really feel like making one yet, at least, and I can always go back for more. So we're going where I've never been before, also known as the stronghold, which I know where it is. Ah, very nice coordinates, bloke. So it should be in this direction. Pretty much. Should be 652 is pretty much perfectly straight in this direction. Yep. It is about 1600 blocks in this direction. Precisely. So we're going to try to do that with the fireworks. Basically that, yeah. Oh, it's running so well. And now the chunk loading is the issue. Nah, but it's managing to keep up. At least with only me on the server.
Mit dem Happy Meal gibt's etwas.
I am going end, yes. Indeed. You made like a stone pillar. Yeah, I can see. I can very much see. I can see. Oh yeah, I found that. I found that. That was actually really damn well timed. Almost worthy of a Twitch clip. But I know we don't make Twitch clips anymore. Is there water down there? So there's no water down there. How damn deep is this thing? Damn. Pretty good. Was there a trial chamber? Where? That's not even on the map. Or I've turned them on, but I'm pretty sure I did not turn them off. Oh no, I did turn them off. There literally is a trial chamber right there. And I know why I turned them off, because they're like everywhere. Alright. Let's go into the end. Oh yeah, it really is in the stronghold. Wait, what can you get from trial chambers again? Oh yeah, about 1 million copper blocks. That is like crazy copper source, to be very fair. Is there like a door into the trial chamber? Probably not. I actually kind of want to like adventure through this. Obviously going to close off, but this does look pretty cool. Have you been in this? Why am I looting an ender pearl? That's like so useless. Oh bruh. No. Oh. Okay. Oh, emeralds. Oh, arrow. I think I might look at this. Yeah, trial key, let's go. Scaffolding. Why not, actually? Bruh, we're gaining emeralds. Yeah, I'm gonna look through this later. But this is like a really cool position for an end portal, to be honest. It's like, it really has a lot of aura. And you even have like a nice little staircase right into it. I'm going to leave this open, in fact. But I'm also going to drop a few of these decorated pots, because I will just keep the how would I say, clean ones. So let's go in there and see how it looks. Yeehaw. Right, so there you have not built from here. Oh no, you did. That almost ended badly. Perfect, perfect. This isn't perfect. You should build a roof on that because they teleport everywhere. Ho ho. Ah. Ah. This is way too loud. Oh wait, I'm gonna hold this in my offhand. Oh no, I'm so stupid, I forgot to take mending books with me. Yeehaw. Right, let's do some enchanting. Oh, hello there. Bad. Good. Bad. Why is the enchanting so bad? Why does it want me to have fire protection? Yo! This new farm design is kind of garbage because we can't walk around. Oh! Fire protection, bro. Did I deadass just get fortune on a shovel? I got fortune on a shovel. Can you, like... I want levels too. Yay. Fortune. No. Plus protection. Is this a full... Is this even a full enchanter? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What have you built? This is not a full enchanter. These don't count. Blood. I have to fix the enchanter. It doesn't work that way. Of course we're only getting shit enchantments. Yes. I mean, it's still bad, but it's not as bad as before. Yes, now it is. Is it not different? What are you doing? Now it's not a full enchanter anymore. It doesn't... Does it... It doesn't work if they're in the corners. Or does it? Now I'm unsure. Well, it's the same now. It probably was... It probably didn't change. Oh man. I didn't make a sword. Why did I not make a sword? I'm so stupid. This isn't good. It's not good. Yes, finally something good. Yes. We're finally getting decent enchantments. I can work with those. So that was my sword. Perfect.
Mit dem Happy Meal gibt's etwas für jedes, du. Ich hab mir weggemacht, du.
Yo, 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 blood, blood, blood. Blood. Can I buy some diamonds? I forgot to make a sword. For making a sword. Oh. That's a bit too many diamonds for a sword. Thank you. Yay. I give 8 emeralds. And 2 iron. That's all I have, because I think I don't know if the anvil is going to survive. Let's see. No sharpness 3. It just doesn't want to give him protection 4. Is there protection 4? I don't even know. You can see the half a year of not playing Minecraft, or barely, and making mods for the most part has really not done well. Unbreaking 3. Oh no. Looting 2. Oh no, looting 2 on here is really bad. Breaking 3. Oh god. What do I get on a book? Efficiency 3. Yo, 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 yo! Yo! I almost died. Thank you. No, I hate fire protection. Come on, just give me regular protection, man. Oops. Okay. Feather falling. Oh. Okay. This is, I don't know, the... It's all not very good. Book impaling. Could try on breaking 3. Are we like dead ass? Alright, now give me good enchantment on the blood. Hmm. Bane of Arthropods. What? Nuh-uh. Okay, we're trying Unbreaking again. Bro, I hate this. It's even worse. I need protection 4. Only protection 4. Ooh, that one's good. Sharpness. Yeah, not a bad book, actually. Power 4, find it. Yes! Yeah! Yeah! Finally got a good bow. So I can put the efficiency book onto this diamond pickaxe to make it more efficient. I don't really like knockback that much though. Whoops. Right. The book didn't have anything good. Aqua Affinity is actually good. Because I can put that on my... Oh no! No, my lapis. Where's my lapis? Oh. Where did my labilabooly go? He's gone. Hey! Fire aspect. Okay, these are not very worth it. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to sort this. Wait, did I have shaders on the entire time? I didn't even notice. Quick. Right. It's all has. Wait, why do I have a power 4 book? Knockback. Only knockback. Wait, even this has knockback. Does the game know that knockback is one of my least favorite enchantments? Also, does power 5 exist? Oh, it does. That's pretty cool. Still knockback. Okay, unbreaking. Still the goddamn knockback. Power 4. I already have power 5. I should put this on this. What am I doing? Still has knockback. No. Sharpness 3. Why? Would have been a decent sword. Knockback. Why is it always knockback? Looting 3! Looting 3! Yes! Finally a good ending. Dick touch! Ooh. Efficiency. I do not need, but efficiency. I don't think I have one tool that doesn't have efficiency. That can have efficiency. We're still getting an efficiency book. Just getting books that might be useful in a way. Actually, I can put the silk touch on my axe. Hmm. Wrong book. Hmm. Okay. That's useless again. Another efficiency book. I think I'll buy sharpness from villager. But hmm. Inspiration. Protection 3. Do I still need protection? No, I need unbreaking on these. Projectile protection. What the hell? Oh god, I have half a heart. Why did I run out of food? How is that even possible? Hmm. Right, what are those enchantments? Let's go. Blocking chat again. Chat bots again. Oh my god, I should Hello Nameless. No, I did not go below. I never went below 1k. But I did go down about 18 since... No, 20 subs since my peak. It's my peak subscriber number. Yes, finally, an unbreaking book. That is what I've been waiting for. Because my shoes don't have unbreaking. What am I doing? No, it's okay. But I did notice one of my older videos gaining quite a few more views in the recent time. I mean, with quite a bit, I mean it went from about 50 to 930. Because I don't have any food. That's why I have half a heart. I hope no Enderman hits me because then I am cooked. Oh shit. Yo, blood. Do you have food? Oh. Oh, thank you. I should build a gold, oh! Not a gold farm, but I should, no, maybe not a gold farm, but, I should turn my gold into carrots, potentially. I mean, I have so much gold. but after I'm done with this, I will... Yes. Apparently so. He also killed me twice. Almost. Oh, I don't have any books anymore to enchant. Okay, so that is fine. Now we're just going to farm levels. I want to get to, like, I don't know, a high level. And then go back so I can, like, put the rest of the books on. I now have like pretty decent stuff, but I did not get sharpness on my sword. And I have to buy like 7 mending books. Actually, how many books do I have to buy? 4 for the armor and 1 for the sword. 2 for shovel and the hoe, so that's like absolutely that is 7 books. Then we need infinity. Did not get lucky with the enchanter, but otherwise it's a perfect bow. Here I want to have sharpness 2. Not sharpness 2, but sharpness 5. But like the sword. Because an axe with sharpness 5 is pretty cool. Then a silk touch on the shovel would be cool. Yes, Nameless. What do you need my opinion on? Motivational words. Well, surprisingly the engine held up for 200,000 kilometers almost, at least on the one we have. but knowing that there's like a million different variants, your mileage may vary. But basically, if you buy one with leather interior, the leather is quite good because obviously, you know, Italian leather and shit. The bushings will get squeaky after about 12 years. Or not squeaky, but otherwise bad. The suspension. The dampers have gone cooked. The pressure hose that goes from the turbo to the engine has literally given up with a massive hole in it. Other than that, it's pretty good. Also, the door handles, the hinge will break because it's not looped from factory, so it will just seize up at some point and break. Then there is an issue of rust accumulating in the front of the windshields. In the front of the front windshields, there's like a small metal piece that is rusting. Then what else is there? Oh yeah, and the door seals in that same spot started falling out about 2 years ago. Then electronics. The radio gave up. The Bluetooth gave up, but that was never really working. And the our model specifically has an issue where you can't use Bluetooth to play music, or no, USB to play music. Only if you have an Apple device with Apple Music, and only Apple Music works, which is like a very weird glitch. Yeah, no, that's true. But other than that, it's pretty good. Oh yeah, and the gearbox issues that it has randomly, which is also electronics purely. It doesn't really have any mechanical gearbox issues, but electronics. Oh, and also like wheel bushings and bearings, and the drive shafts to one of the front wheels, because it's front wheel drive. The drive shaft to one of the wheels has gone cooked as well. Any case, yeah, no, I don't know what we did to the car. We drove it, I guess. An aftermarket radio. Well, technically that is possible. We could also just go to like a junkyard and maybe find one, because it's a very common car. But it's only like part of it is cooked for some reason. I mean, it still plays CDs and stuff. And probably MP3 as well if you use a 3.5mm headphone jack, but it does not do radio anymore. Also because some animals ate our antenna like 3 times, which we solved by putting tape on, like aluminum tape on the antenna, but the radio itself is cooked somewhere. We tried it with another antenna and it never fixed it. So yeah, I don't know, it's electronics faults everywhere. The electronics on that thing aren't really great. And you know, sometimes when you shift too fast from like, it has issues with the reverse gear. When you either shift from first to reverse to first too quickly again, it might sometimes not get you out of reverse. Or it just doesn't go into reverse if you don't put it in first and go straight from neutral to reverse, then it might also not work. Because it has like a very weirdly shaped automatic, but that's only for the automatic transmission. Actually, you might have a better time, because obviously for a track car you would not buy an automatic. So you're probably not going to have many electronics issue, apart from like, how would I call this, slice of life improvements with the radio and shit. But I believe ours just had a very buggy head unit because it was only this model year. The year after it was fixed and the year before it was different. As far as I know. But other than that, it's actually quite a good car. It does handle pretty decently. I mean, I was able to almost... I don't have any... Which leaf is broken? What leaf is broken? Bro, how can you even break that? Oh, damn. What else is there that could break? Oh, they have very bad brakes. That was why you just remember me of that with the braking and all, because they have really bad brakes. At least if you get one the model with drum brakes on the rear, which I believe all of the regular Fiats have, and the non-Abarth versions. No, I don't think so either. But the drum brakes are shit. They overheat very easily. And then the front has to do all the braking, and then the front overheats as well. I mean, I've gotten the brakes to overheat so far that I got brake fade while downhilling this thing on a very tight mountain road, and I almost got cooked because I was braking before a curve, and then I just had the pedal was basically down to the floor. But luckily I could brake through the curve because it was not that crazy of a curve, but that was a kind of a crazy experience because that was a bit diabolical. The other guy was driving his, I think his brother's all-wheel drive Mercedes. I think it is an AMG 40 something. So not like one of the crazy AMGs, but he has like 350 horses as well, and all-wheel drive, and obviously no drum brakes. And uphill, I was basically able to like pretty much follow him because I could go through the curves faster. So I can break through the curves. You're supposed to break through curves apparently with why do you give me books? Hello, thank you. You're supposed to break through curves, so I was a bit faster through the curves, but on the straights he cooked me obviously. Because it's also uphill, so no horsepower means I cannot really go fast. But downhill I got cooked because about a third or maybe halfway through the actual mountain part, the brakes just faded. And that was a bit crazy. And then the car smelled like I had just burnt it down for the rest of the evening. We went to a McDonald's parking lot to buy something, but the McDonald's was actually closed, I believe. But the car smelled pretty cooked. So, yeah. I mean, the issue with the torque is the gear ratios are pretty long, and due to that, obviously, you're only going to have... You're going to want to be in the, you know, in the power band, but uphill, we've recently gone uphill with Lumpus, that same hill, and we were 4 in the car, and the entire road is technically 80 kilometers an hour, but you cannot really reach 80 with that slow of a car. Maybe in like a very few spots. I went up there with Lumpus on the bikes too, and then you can get to 80. But the Fiat bloke, that thing, it basically... I had to sometimes shift to first gear because I was not... Because second gear, I was in too low of an RPM range at like below 2.5k, and then the turbo does not hit. And when there is no turbo, that thing has like 50 horsepower or something. Maybe 60. And otherwise it has like 85, I think. And so we were just not able to go up unless I had boost. So when I let off the gas, sometimes I was not able to accelerate again because I had no boost. But downshifting was also not an option because the previous gear was too long. The first gear to second gear is an extreme difference. Basically, if you downshift from second to first, you almost fly out of the window. Oh, thank you again. But I don't need power 4. I already have power 5. I don't need power 4. I have power 5. Also, I don't need Depth Strider, do I? What does Depth Strider do? What do you put this on? Onto here? Ah, yes. So yeah, it's basically absolutely cooked. But no, there is no torque, or not much at least. That is for sure. But I've seen that people have successfully just literally swapped the turbo, gained about 10 horsepower at least, and did not do anything because the car can handle it. The electronics and all that can accommodate for a bigger turbo. You're just going to have even more lag, and it already only kicks in... Yes, it does. I forgot. And it already only kicks in at like... You have to go like 2.7 about, at least on our model, for the turbo to actually spool up where you have boost. The funny thing though is, if you have the windows open, you can hear the turbo. And that I've only found out like this or last year, and it's pretty cool. And now I've done it way too much. Almost every time I drive, I have to open the windows at some point and just give it like, and just like foot to the like pedals to the metal, and then you hear some nice like a very, very quiet turbo. Like, it's like a whistle, basically. But yes. I don't know how many more levels I actually want. Yes, it really is. And because the hose that went from the turbo to the engine had like a massive hole in it, basically the diameter of the entire hose, you can imagine why we had like no power. So in 5th gear, when you're trying to go from like when you're trying to go at 120, yes. When you're trying to go like 120, you could just not go 120. You had to downshift to 4th gear. And press down. Thank you. And then you were maybe able to reach that. So it's like it doesn't have any power at all. And going up that hill was basically impossible. Though we did do it once without the turbo. And I still wonder to this day how we did it, because I also had I also had 3 people in the car, I believe, or at least 2. And we still did it. So I wonder what's going on. Maybe the engine is actually slowly, like, giving up. Maybe it really is. Because I haven't really driven it before the turbo gave up. I think I haven't driven it at all before the turbo gave up. So now that it's back, I don't actually know. I have Aqua Affinity. I don't need, thank you. No, I have it. What power? I honestly don't know. It's really weird. It's really, really weird. I believe the power was there, but when the turbo came back, and it's now, obviously it's been like about 40,000 kilometers since then. And well, yeah. Oh, and also, no, when the turbo was back, we didn't really get all the power back. We first had to freaking... Now, this is actually kind of crazy that we even had to do that. The garage that we usually let do the service and like fixing stuff that isn't really that easy to fix. Well, we could fix it, but they have the tools and the parts, you know. It's also like the garage belongs to the father of a guy that was in school with me, and you know, we're like technically friends. I just never see him. But he works there too, so it's like all fine. But no, I have feather falling. But the garage of that bloke, they put in the wrong freaking spark plugs. And the spark plugs that they did put in had the wrong tolerances. Nah. I mean, small things, yes, but it's much easier when you have a lift, you know, to go underneath the car, and we don't have any, like, stands or anything, just a 3.5 ton jack, but, like, for changing wheels and, you know, topping off fluids, that's okay, but we don't do, like, oil changes or stuff. Actually, if I had a car myself, I probably would. I only have the bike and I bought that new, so I'm also giving it to a service center, even though it costs quite a freaking damn, like, it costs an organ every time I do that. But still. Though they did not update my my software firmware version of my bike last time, so now one of my buttons isn't working, and I hate that, because now I have to go at some other point to them and have them update everything. But yes. Though I was looking at buying cars. Obviously I'm not going to buy a car for like the next approximately 3 years. If everything goes to plan. Oh, thank you. Yes, true. True. But honestly, the no, that's the weird shit. The Lampos bought a bike from the Chinese company, CF Moto, and he can just literally download the software from the internet. He doesn't even need to like flash it himself or do any weird the hacking into it. I cannot do anything. I can't even unlock software packages at home, even though it's literally just, it's already on the bike. It's just a code I have to enter for it to be activated. I can't enter it. Not even in the app. I cannot do anything. So every time I want to do anything that is software related, I have to give it to them to do. And last time I went there to activate my cruise control, which I had installed at home, because I'm not going to do that there, because I bought the part $100 cheaper. It would have cost me 250 in Switzerland, and I bought it for 160 in Germany. So like obviously I'm not going to let them install it, because then I'm going to pay the Swiss price plus labor, and then I just brought it to them and they activated it, which did not cost any labor, because they're just activating it and also doing a recall due to where they want to increase bottom end torque, which they did, and now the bike is stuttering. So the next time I go there, I have to ask if it's normal that the bike stutters when I decelerate. Mostly on downhill, and the first time I did, it really scared me. But the first time I did that was obviously not when I went home from the dealership. It was when I went home after driving with Lampos. No, not home, when we went somewhere. But that was like a week later. So that's absolute cook. But I don't know, maybe they wrongly calibrated the throttle position so that it never closes entirely. Or what the hell do I know? But I was actually thinking about modifying something, which I've not done any modifications that actually did anything to the bike really. So this would be like the first one, even though I should buy a short tail that, because it looks like garbage, and maybe smaller mirrors. Yeah, it's like it's dumping a tiny amount of fuel into the engine, but not like continuously. It's just very small, you know. It's really weird, and I've googled it, and apparently no one has this issue. I might need to make a Reddit post on the Duke subreddit. I don't know. Technically, yes, you are right, but I don't think they would like that very much. Also, the vehicle control thingy would probably also not like that. Also, it's really expensive to modify things in Switzerland. If you're going above 20% increase in power. Which you quite easily could. There is chip tunings that already probably do about that much, and that's actually kind of crazy. They can get like 60 Newton meters and like 45 horsepower out of that small ass engine on top of what it's doing, and that is kind of crazy, purely through software. Don't know about the reliability, but it's definitely not legal to have this activated on the road. But you can even, where I found this, it costs like about $1,000, I believe, or a few hundred. And then they even let you switch mappings through an app. What do I still need? Technically, I need like 7 mending books, or 8, and unbreaking. If you have unbreaking, that would be great. Or Or like sharpness 5. Or silk touch. Or anything. How much does it have? I have no idea. The electric motor has like about 100, and the engine has like 250. I'm unsure though. I can Google this. It has the engine has 231 horsepower and 320 newton meters. Actually, that torque is crazy. Oh no, she does not have any of that. The torque is already crazy, and they can get like way more out of that, which is even crazier. And the electric motor has 131 in our model, I believe. Yes, 131. So that's a combined 362 horsepower. So I want to get to level 69 and then I'm going home. Yeehaw. I think the Enderman heard that. The design, apparently it's you know, I can see some points on the design that people might not like. I think the front looks great. I think there's barely anything you could improve there. The back looks a bit, I don't know, it's probably not everyone's cup of tea, and also because it has very narrow tires, it looks less sporty, but they did that because it has less rolling resistance. And I mean, the car doesn't have crazy power, so it doesn't really need wider tires. It handles great on those too. And of course, because it doesn't have freaking B58 or what the hell everyone wants in the BMWs, I don't even know. Anyways, I'm going home. I have 69 levels. Let's go. Thank you. I want to go to the portal though. I've never gone through the portal. But I must say, I've been looking at Cars too, because not the movie, but I've been looking at Cars. Also not the movie, and I was thinking, I always wanted to buy an MX-5, a Miata of some sort, be it an NB, though I did want the pop-up headlights. Let's go. I did want one of pop-up headlights, and the dream would be like an RX-7 FD, but because they cost like 70k here in Switzerland, imported, because you can basically not buy them buy them from already here sold models. I don't even know if they sold the FD in Switzerland. They sold it in Germany, that's for sure, but I've never seen an actually first Swiss registered car here. Yes, they are insane. And I mean, that's for very good condition though, and like only like I think 40 and 70,000 kilometers, I believe. That's what the two I saw had ran, and they are in visibly in at least pretty damn good condition. So, you know, it's I don't know. Oh, I do have unbreaking. That's great. I can put this on my shield, but it's not really a priority. Going to buy mending books. Mending books. Also sell some sticks. Yeah, so what I was looking at actually was a very cool car that I really didn't have on my radar, because I've always been looking at what car I will buy at some point when I actually have like a car that when I actually have the ability to buy a car, you know. And I always thought that this would be a Miata, but due to the also very immensely high prices of those, which I don't really feel are as justified as the RX-7s, to be very honest. I mean, who pays 25,000, even up to 30,000, just because it's a mint condition MX-5? That's more than they cost new, adjusted for inflation, I believe, which is diabolical. Absolutely diabolical. And that's why I feel like this is kind of not very justified. Also, the ones that are not that expensive, the ones that you can get for like, I don't know, below 15,000, are mostly the lowest end trim with 90 horsepower and the small engine. Who in their right mind as a car enthusiast would buy the lowest trim of a car when you already spend so much? I mean, for like 2,000 you can at least get the higher trim with the small engine, the highest trim. There's three basically power trims. The 90 horsepower trim, the 115 horsepower trim, and then these are the 1.6 liter trims, and then there's the 2 liter trim with, no, the 1.8 liter trim with 130 I believe, or 131 horsepower. Like, why would anyone buy the lower end trim with 90 horsepower? That's like driving the Fiat, because they are the same weight pretty much. Just one is naturally aspirated. It's obviously going to have better low end, but still. Yeah, no, honestly, because you're then going to spend 5,000 on it, modifying it to be street legal in Switzerland, just to get it to the same power that the OG one had. Also, because there is this 20% power increase law kind of thing. If you don't increase the power above 20% more than the original car had, it's relatively easily doable, because you're going to maybe install like I don't know, a better exhaust, an air filter, maybe probably don't even need a turbo or anything to get close to those 20% with an engine like that. Because 20% on 100 and let's go with the largest engine, 20% on 130 is the 26 horsepower. So you're going from 130 to 156. You know, okay, no, that's actually quite like, that's probably a bit more than you can get with a sports exhaust and a sports air filter, but a cold air intake type shit. But you're going to get to 20% relatively quickly. At least with the 90 horsepower, when you can only get 18 horsepower on top. But everything after that requires you to reinforce the entire drive shaft. And if they do not redeem your car as worthy, you're not going to get it street legal, and that heavily depends on who is looking at your car. And if you're installing aero parts or body parts that aren't that don't have an homologation in Switzerland, you're going to have to test these. You're going to have to do like an individual test where they're going to most likely need a second one of the parts to then make a durability test, like a physics-based durability test, where they're going to test what forces it breaks under when you're using like spoilers or new hoods or something. I know a guy that tried to tune his Abarth 500 at work where I was working. I am done with work now. And he tried to install a hood that was built in Italy from fiberglass, and they had to they wanted him to buy another one and then have that given to them for breaking it, basically. And if it then passed the tests, he could have installed his, but the hood already cost close to 1,000, I believe, or at least a few hundred, and then he had to buy another one and then do the testing and pay for that as well. So he then ended up just not doing any of that, and now he just has a hood. I don't know if he's going to install it illegally or not, but who cares. Anyways, that's not what I was going after. He also installed other aero parts that did have an homologation, and he literally just had to put these on like provisorically and like not entirely like painted and shit. Just put them on like they're going to be on the car approximately. It was handmade, basically. It was basically yeah, manufactured specially for him. It took 2 or 3 months to get to him, so they probably made it by hand, even though technically you could probably build that shit in less than a week, but who cares. Anyways, he got like a massive ass spoiler, front splitter and side skirts, and I think even fender, like basically a white body of sorts. And he literally just had to put these on. I think he didn't even put the white body on, just the spoiler and splitter. And he went to the control thing for the I don't know how it's called in English anyway, where you have to check your car. And they just told him about the angle of the spoiler, and that he has to make the edges of the spoiler not be as sharp as they are currently, or like cover them with like one of these edge guards, profile edge guards type things, and then he was good to go. And for the hood, just because it didn't have the Swiss homologation, he had to do all that shit. And you know, the crazy thing is, if I were to put on different wheels or wrap my car or anything, you'd have to go there. Even if you put on different, I don't know, different lights and shit. But then there's like weird rules that I read when I was searching about tuning stuff. If you're buying an old enough car, you are allowed to put in a different seat without getting it checked. Because at some point, your car is so old that they do not care what seat you put in there, because it's most likely going to be better than what was in the car before. And that is kind of crazy. But if you like add aero or increase power, blah, you're almost landing in jail before you get that street legal. That's kind of crazy. But in any case, yeah, it really is. Also, underglow is illegal because it's apparently a distraction to other drivers. It was legal for like a very short amount of time when my dad was still younger, and he said like everyone had underglow for a very short amount of time, and then they made it illegal, and then no one had underglow. But you can still have underglow, you just can't have it while you're driving. And I don't know if it's illegal to have underglow installed. Probably. But if you don't use it while driving, you're not going to get cooked, most likely. So that's also quite funny. But yes, it is pretty stupid. Though in another way, it's also kind of probably a bit smarter than what they're doing in the US, where you can literally get like a lawnmower street legal, a lawnmower with LS swap and parachute on the back. Probably you could probably get that street legal. Though I am unsure whether that is smart or not. You know. And that's kind of what I'm saying. I should sleep. No, not really. I mean, the people that just don't care if their car is legal or quite legal. No, I think most of them are probably legal on the paper. But the people that put in enough money or enough work or just buy, especially those parts that are homologated or just play with what they have. And I mean, you can still do a lot to a car without increasing power. I mean, for example, engine swaps in Switzerland are like relatively difficult because you can swap an engine and you can get it street legal relatively easily if you either A, increase all the important components to handle the power, or it's allowed by the manufacturer. So you have to get a written allowance by the manufacturer to put in another engine by the manufacturer of the car. And if they do that, which no one's going to do, you can just put it in and it's probably going to be fine. I don't know, I never really read into that any deeper, but other than that, engine swaps, it's quite difficult. But like forced induction, turbos and stuff, it's going to work. You're just going to have to upgrade the rest of the car accordingly. But at the same time, that's probably smart to do anyways. You're not going to put 200 horsepower in a Fiat with drum brakes, you know what I mean? I had to kill this dude because he was already burning. I could not have saved him. Probably I could have put him in the ocean. I hope that's not my villager. Probably not, though. So in any case, it's kind of crazy. You would, because there is mandatory mandatory checks every in a fixed interval. Basically, at first it's every 5 years, I think. You buy the car, when you buy it new, you don't have to do shit because it's new, it's going to be fine. And then you're going to have to get it checked after 5 years to check if everything's okay and if it's still street legal and all that shit. And then after 3 years, and then I believe after every 2 years. And for motorcycles, the interval is slightly different. I believe it's 4 years or 3. I don't know. It's less on the first interval, I believe, or less on the second, or something like that. But the intervals, and also if you do something on your car and you don't get it checked within, I don't know, instantly, or don't have a written permit to have it on the car, you are going to get cooked if the police catches you. So that's also that. But I've anyways, what I've been wanting to say, I've been looking at a car and I found a pretty cool car, and I believe I have settled for that car unless I find anything cooler. Because first of all, they are about the same price as a Miata, which is already decent because it's an enthusiast car. And these are quite expensive over here. Everything that is Japanese and not like a Mazda 3 is going to be expensive. I should take some emeralds and... oh, I don't have books anymore. I can make some books, but only like one book. Any case, the car I found is an MR2. The Toyota MR2. Now, how did I get to that? Well, it's relatively, I believe, easy to imagine how I got to that car, because it's 90s Japanese pop-up headlights. That's the 3 criterias I want to have for my first car. Doesn't even have to be Japanese, I just wanted to have pop-up headlights. Or be a Porsche, but I can't pay for that yet, because they are still more expensive. The second, I believe, gen. Not the new one, the older one. I don't know if there was 3 or just 2 generations, actually, I forgot. But the older one, I think SW20. I don't know exactly. Just the older one. And it's really such a cool car, actually. I've never really... they have been completely off my radar. I've seen one in real life. Maybe 2. That I would actually know that I've seen. And... they look damn cool. They really do look pretty damn cool. Mainly because they are so, well, they are relatively inspired by the, then, like the Ferrari models that were, or the one Ferrari that was then the top Ferrari, and it shows, it has very similar design tropes. I forgot to take emeralds with me. Actually, I can't buy any... I can only buy 1 mending book. What do I put the mending book on? Probably my sword. But I should mend my entire armor too, so I need to get more books. I need to find more sheep. No, not sheep, cows. So we're going to search for cows. So anyways, the MR2. Why the MR2? Because not necessarily... Yeah, no, I mean, it's a Toyota. That's what's like, it makes it extra cool, because it's probably reliable as hell. I mean, I've seen a relatively known car channel on YouTube rebuild one that had like, what, 300 or 200,000 miles on it, and that's miles. And the only thing that was actually wrong with it was the engine had, I believe, some compression issues, but they... no, I think the engine was actually cooked. Not unfixably cooked, but they had to replace quite a few things. I think compression issues, really. I think it was the cylinder walls were a bit cooked. And the fuel pump. Other than that, it was literally fine. I mean, the engine is no easy task, but still, it was, other than that, fine. Oh, and the dampers, I believe, but that's suspension. That shit gets cooked eventually. But the cool thing is, not only like looks-wise and being a mid-engine sports car, it's really cool, and it has a Targa roof, and that's like the really cool shit. I mean, it has a freaking glass roof. There is like, I can't even name you any other cars that have glass roofs from that era. That aren't like, I don't know, limousines and shit. So it's like a really cool car. And stock, they look a bit chopped. As the new new gens would say, it does look a bit chopped. Yes, you should definitely. Buying an old car anyways. But I'm not the kind of person to throw out my money just for a car. And I mean, it's not like... I mean, technically, you know, I don't want to brag or anything. I could buy the car right now and I'd still have enough on the side. But I don't need a car. And I can't really have a car because I can't put it anywhere. Well, I could, but it would make things really difficult. Our property has a relatively limited parking space. But I believe it's a really cool car, and if they do not explode in price over the next like 3-4 years, then I would love to buy one. To be very honest. I'm sorry, little one, I had to kill your parents. In-game, obviously. Villain origin story, donkey. But the cool thing is also there is relatively clean looking body kits. As I said, it does look a tiny bit chopped in my opinion, because it's a relatively high, it's not very low, you know, to the ground, so I would probably lower it at least a tiny bit, like within legal bounds obviously, because there's legal bounds for that too. And the wheels look a bit weird. They're too small and too far set inside of the body. They just look a bit cooked. But other than that, it does look pretty clean. And also, just like a front splitter and so, yeah, basically front splitter and maybe side skirts actually do so much. It does look quite good. If the paint is in good shape, it looks actually it does look quite decent. It looks better than other sports cars or sports cars from that era, to be honest. It does look pretty good. That I have to say. It does look pretty good. But again, if there are like homologated body kits in Switzerland for this thing, then I wouldn't be against buying one. I mean, what I found the craziest is the official Rocket Bunny white body kit is illegal in Switzerland for MX-5s and Subarus and whatever it exists for. It's legal for almost any car, I believe, that they have. They are expensive as hell. I mean, a full body kit for a Miata costs, I don't know, quite a lot. Just like quite a lot. I have like no idea how much, I just know it's quite a lot. But if they have one for that, which I kind of do not believe, but there are clean body kits that probably are somewhat legal in Switzerland that that one could put on, so that would be pretty cool. It would be cool, is all I'm saying. Yeah, I do say. But I don't know, I don't actually know if they have a full body kit, because I only ever looked at the MX-5s, and they have one for the oldest, for the NA, and for the ND, the newest. I don't think they have one for the in-betweens, which is very funny. Because the NB, I would say, is a more popular car than the ND. The second gen is like, they exist. It's literally like water in the ocean. There's so many of them. They're almost common traffic already. You barely see any of them, but there's so many that are being sold, it's crazy. To be honest, I've wanted a Rocket Bunny MX-5. It would have been cool as hell, but I've started to accept my fates of not fitting inside one of those. Maybe the newer ones, but definitely not the old ones. So yeah. God damn, my massively expensive mending villager. Just sold all my emeralds for mending. Now he made it less expensive. Trick you, Ben. Trick you. There we go. Obviously, I cannot sell enough to get any emeralds. Can't even sell enough of this, so I can't. Bruh, I need like 8 more paper than I could sell. The kit itself. No, I won't buy a Rocket Bunny kit. It's... If there is one that exists for the MR2, maybe. But I'd rather save up for the car itself, because that's probably what's going to inflate more in price than the Rocket Bunny kits. I sincerely believe. I couldn't buy a book anyway, I don't have any books. Well, anyway. Anyway. It's all pretty cooked. And what do I put the mending stuff on now? That is the big question. Put the anvil here. Probably going to put mending on all my armor first. And I think on the sword. Yes. Perfect. But I can look at the Rocket Bunny. The Rocket Bunny, the Rocket Bunny Pandem site. I'm going to Google or search if there's an MR2. There's no MR2 kit. Shad. There it is. 2000. Huh. The wing alone. What? The wing alone is almost 600 bucks. That is crazy. But the rear fenders. The rear fenders are less expensive. Front fenders are even less expensive. The front lip is more expensive. Is 669. God damn. Complete V1 without the wing is almost 1,500. With V2 wing is over 2,000. And with the V1 wing, it's the same price. So it's 2,000. No, it's handmade. Apparently, I mean they have molds, but they apparently make the parts by hand. The goddamn, the one for the new Miata is probably what I was looking at. The complete kit costs 4,131 bucks. Depending on which one you pick, it's only 3,200. Oh, there's one for the for an S14. It looks clean as hell, bro. It looks clean as helly. But it's not being sold. And one for the... What? For an RX-7 that makes it look like... That makes the front look like... kind of like a Datsun. Not bad. Costs 5,000. But these kits are expensive as freaking helly. The one for the BRZ, the Subaru BRZ, is 5,300 bucks. That's probably purely by demand, because Oh no, it does have actual functional aero parts, never mind. It has crazy aero parts and a massive GT spoiler. There's no way this has a Swiss homologation. That is crazy. There's no way this is legal in Switzerland. Though I wonder, is this one I think I'm on a different website because they have the same you know, it's Australian seller apparently. Oh, there's a lot of them. There's an imports page. Yeah, they definitely do. Okay, so the imports page sells them for 3,000 for the MX-5 NA, which is about almost 1,000 more than they sell them on the on other websites, but that's crazy. Available on back order. So now the question that I have. 100% road legal in Switzerland. That's the crazy shit. That is the crazy shit. It's legal. And that's probably why they... That's actually probably also a big price point. Because most body kits are not legal. So obviously they're going to market that for crazy prices. Because it's legal. But honestly, I can't complain. There's probably some legal smaller body kits. I believe on the Miata, if you have a stock Miata with say 90 horsepower, say you're having the 90 horsepower version, and you put a freaking Rocket Bunny kit on it for the money you could have spent on the higher trim, well, let's not look at it like that. You put the Rocket Bunny kit on. What the hell are you doing? I mean, it looks cool, but if you accelerate and nothing happens, then it's not going to be that cool, I believe. Haha. So that's kind of like the reason why I probably wouldn't put that on my car. Because it's purely show. The car doesn't actually have anything. So why are these leaves not removing themselves? Oh, there's still a lock in there. God damn. Should sleep quick. But yeah, honestly, no, the prices are kind of, they are high. They're definitely high, and it's not like, it's a carbon fiber body kit or anything. It's not like it's, I don't know. It's also not going to fit perfectly, most likely. It's probably going to have a better fit than most body kits. Still probably not going to fit perfectly, so you have to modify things. That's for sure. So honestly, it's probably a great kit, but at the same time, it's very poser-ish, in my opinion. Though I have to say, the MR2 at least has the trim that you can buy here. Sadly, nobody sells MR2s with turbos, because I don't think they were even sold in Europe, or at least not here, I think. So that's a bit of an issue, as you can probably tell, because nobody sold them. They don't exist, right? You'd have to import one, right? And importing a car is always more expensive. So you're limited, or I would be limited, to 156 horsepower. On a car that is marginally heavier than an MX-5. I would say it's probably around 400 or 500 kilos heavier. I have no idea though. But I mean, weight reduction exists, and that is definitely legal. But the things I have planned, if I ever do buy a worthy car, probably don't really include reducing weight that much, to be very honest. Actually, most of it will probably increase weight. So, yeah. But, you know, on 156 horsepower, the increase in power you could do would already be 31 horsepower. Totally legally, so you could bring it to almost 200. Which is already good. I mean, if I tune that thing to have, say, 250 horsepower, that would already be more than enough. And you can get that probably somehow homologated. It's probably just going to cost like 10k for a small turbo. Also, I've read about standalone ECUs and all that. Also, apparently fully illegal. Or very difficult to get legal. At least it costs quite much. In Germany, it's, I think, even worse for standalone ECUs, which is diabolical. But hey, I'm not complaining for once. So, can I sell more sticks already? Yes, sir. Perfect. This dude has never gotten expensive on me, which I very much appreciate. Perfect sell, bro. Perfect sell. Almost. Almost perfect sell. Most perfect sell I've probably ever had. So you are probably going to get more expensive by the time I have another book. Yeah. But at least the armor has been mended. Perfect. I also think I have no ability to actually make my boots and helmet, I don't know, at least either of those fully enchanted, because I believe it would cost too many levels due to the amount of enchantments. So I think it's only possible if I use books to combine them first. Oh, shite. I forgot a bit of log. So it's fake. So it was fake perfect cell, because I left half of the wood up there, apparently. Yeehaw. Well, at least I have some wood now. I basically never have wood on backup on here, which is a bit crazy. And I also don't have any gunpowder, which also kind of crazy. But I believe what's also kind of crazy is that I could probably end the stream for today. Yeah. But though the cool thing would be to get back to the MR2 thing. You get more car for the same price, pretty much, if you compare it to the other. I like to look at it as like stocks of cars, and Miatas are the very bad value for the price you're paying if we look at it that way, because you're getting, I mean, you're getting a great car, but you're not getting much car for the price, you know. You can almost buy an older RX-7 for the same price as you can buy a Miata in the same condition, which is diabolical. Now then, there's the enthusiast FD, or right, so that one's obviously going to be like 4 times the price of the FC, which is already 3 times the price of the FB. Even though that's it's objectively the most rarest car of the 4. But still, it's less expensive because it's not looked for that much. But it's, you know, it's always that. They are very sought for, the FDs, and MX-5s apparently too. The older gen, the first generation. Second one is basically being sold for nothing, pretty much. I mean, they go away for half or a third as much. On the same condition, same or better condition, they go away for so much less. You'd have to search for one that is the more expensive with a similar mileage, and it would have to be like a special edition or like highest possible trim in very rare sought for color or something. It's kind of diabolical, to be honest. But I mean, the MR2 has potential. Yes, I did say potential. It very much does. Generally, it's a very good car. Also, it's like the best car if you're way too tall to fit in any old cars. That is still an old car. They have a lot of space inside, apparently. And I've seen a video of of these dudes restoring the one that I was talking about before. They were like average tall guys, and they still had like 1 head height of space in that car. And that's like pretty damn good. Because I fit in a Fiat 500. And others that I know that have sat in it did not, or like family members that are above average tall, also have good space in there, but not a head of space. So either these dudes are really short, they sat very, very, very far down, or this car actually does have quite some space. And I was Googling, and I found out that it apparently does have quite some space in the interior. I mean, height-wise at least. So it would be like the perfect of all choices. Also, I saw one in Switzerland that was built. I actually have a screenshot of that one because it was such... It looked so good. I liked it a lot. Actually, I'm going to search for that screenshot real quick, because it was a goated, absolutely goated color and wheel spec. So Nameless, if you are still here, I don't know if my camera is going to capture this quite, or it's upside down. Goddamn. Wait, look at this. This is like, this is such a cool looking spec. Wait, let me go to my hand cam view. This is actually like a goated spec. Wait, can I move forward? Freaking hell. It's actually a goated spec though. Like goated build. It has some slight modifications. I see a lip. But the wheels and shit. Damn. So that's yeah. That is cost. It costs 14,000 with 167,000 kilometers on it, and I believe, like in my opinion, that's probably that's probably about the same price for like a mid-trim Miata. Not even for the 1.8 liter, for the 1.6 high trim. It's about the same price, literally. Because the others cost the same. It's not just this one that is this inexpensive in comparison. It's still really expensive, but it's not that expensive in comparison. So yes. It's kind of crazy. Ah, my bamboo has grown again and the tree, but I don't really want to do anything anymore, so we're probably going to be going offline. I will put everything in here, or well, whatever belongs in here. Also, I'm getting a lot of eggs that I can't store because my chest is full. At the same time, it's also full of useless stuff, and I could just make a new chest. Oh wait, I have gunpowder. Such a blind ass. I have gunpowder. So now I have space for more eggs. Perfect. Right. Probably gonna go. Yeah. So, I don't even know if Nameless is still existing. But yeah, that was basically it for today's stream, bros. Basically it. Not going to stream until the next Saturday, which is why I streamed on Tuesday. Yay. It's not an extra stream, it's just an early stream. But do not fear, I'm going to hopefully be decently, or well, at least accordingly productive too. Because we're going to be on holidays, but I'm going to take the small laptop with me. Which I wanted to set up now, but it's 11 PM, so I'm not going to do that today. I'm going to do that tomorrow. I'm going to put some files over, a few files over that I need to do things there. Because I will probably be working on the 3D printer in CAD, which I sadly can't work on the plane because I need internet connection for that. And sadly I can't edit because Premiere would first of all not run on that, and second of all I don't have all the files on it, and third of all I don't think editing is really working that well there anyways. Also, I'm going to have to install Minecraft. I'm going to install Minecraft on it, and I'm going to install Minecraft on it, and then I'm going to potentially play on the server if it may handle it. If not, then not. Yay. Alright, Nameless has apparently despawned, sadly. I thank you anyways, Nameless, for having been here, and all the other viewers, and Avelina, who might still be in the stream. Yeehaw. In any case, I will see you all in 1.5, about 10 days. 11 days. On the 1st of August. Oh no, that's our national. That's our national holiday here. The 1st of August is the. How the freaking hell is this called? It's like July 4th. 4th of July. But it's August 1st here. 1st of August. Yeah. Alrighty, I will go now. So yeah. Thanks everyone for having been here, and I will skedaddle out of here. And we need to wait for the next song because this one's already over. Ah, sure. Advertisements. No, I'm not listening to the Spotify advertisement. Of course not. Alright. What else was there to say? Oh yeah, I've hit, I believe 700, 6 or 700. No. But I believe 700 uploads. Let me actually check. I still have time until the song is over. I have hit. Come on. Hit. 700 uploads with the last stream. Also, oh yeah, that's what I forgot to talk about. I might do shorts over the holidays. I will try to get back into making shorts of the server, because if I'm already doing a new server, I might as well, right? And I believe this one had a way healthier start, because also mainly because one of the limiting factors for the time our servers were on was the Moss, because he was always the one that advanced the fastest, because he was basically he basically always had time to play on there every evening, or even throughout the days, bro. He was playing on these servers throughout the days at times where I could never even think about playing on the server. And he advanced so fast and built stuff so quickly that basically after like 1 or 2 weeks or 3 weeks maybe at max, he was usually already gone, because he was basically over with everything, or with the things he wanted to do, I guess. But because this time we are way further than him already, which we might actually be a bit too far, it might already scare him. But he's on holiday right now, and he only played on it like 3 or 4 times. So he's not advancing that quickly, and I believe he's also not going to, because he doesn't have as much time. So this is actually good, because it means we're going to have players on there for longer. So the server is going to run for longer. And he also agreed with me that we're going to keep this one over multiple friggin' versions. So that's great. Anyways, the song is almost over. So I will adios. I might do things from Greece externally, like shorts and stuff. And yeah. Other than that, Poetics, I'm out. Yeehaw. Oh, hello and bye. Yay.